Hey guys, this is my first video, and today I'm going to be showing off a squad builder. It is in the formation 3-5-2. It is a Belgium kind of hybrid squad. It's very good. It's actually the best squad I've used, along with like a Bundesliga one, which is up there. I think it is a little bit better than that. It's yeah, it's a really good squad. I mean, I've used squads that cost about 2 mil, and I still find this one the best one I've used. Okay, now first position, keeper. The keeper is Courtois. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, he plays for Chelsea, Belgium. I bought him for 8k. He's very tall, so he definitely can save long shots. He's very good at saving long shots. His handling's good. His reflexes are great. His positioning's decent. And his diving is alright, I guess. His diving's not great, but he saved. Uh, he did what he did really. Like he did his job. He saved goals. Occasionally, he didn't perform to what I expected to. Like sometimes I expect him to say hold on to the ball when he didn't. But there was only one or two occasions, and it wasn't really that noticeable. He overall had a good performance. Definitely with the 8k. And yeah, that's the first player on this team. Next player is Company. This guy, he has 69 pace, 86 defending, 81 physical. Those are the three main stats, important stats. His pace, this year, pace isn't as important. I know everyone says it, and then it gets changed and stuff like that. But I actually think, and we're already quite a bit of the way through FIFA, so I think it's safe to say that it actually isn't important this FIFA, unless they put out a big patch that changes all that. I actually think that 69 pace is fine for a defender this yeah, he pretty much catches everyone unless they're like Aubameyang with like 96 pace or whatever, like ridiculous pace, then he will pretty much catch most like people. His defending's very good. He wins headers. I didn't score a header with him, but he wins a lot of headers when he's defending. His physical's good. He doesn't get pushed off the ball. And yeah, that's all I have to say about him. And his other stats aren't too bad as well. Like his passing's not that bad for a centre back. I'm not gonna bother pronouncing this guy, but he plays for Spurs. He's Belgium. He's got 71 pace, 83 defending, and 81 physical. So he kind of just switches like he's kind of like Company, but slightly, ever so slightly faster, but with worse defending. Honestly, the pace isn't really a noticeable difference between these two, so overall I would say Company is better. Um, and yeah, but this guy has better passing, and he's a bit better in those other stats, but they're not really that important, so I would still prefer Company over this guy. Also, this guy is isn't as tall as Company though. It's not too noticeable again. But this guy, yeah, this person played well. He could catch players. He did his job. He defended, and yeah. Okay, next centre back we've got Garay. His pace 52. Obviously slow. I'm not gonna lie, that is slow. All right, but that didn't really matter in the end. Well, when he did, like, people could easily run past him, but he usually managed to push them off the ball or tackle them before that happened. So overall, I would say he's a solid defender. My least favorite out of these three, but I only picked him up for 900, so he was very cheap, and Company for 3,000, and this guy for 800. So overall, my defense was actually very cheap, but he has great defending. His slide tackling is very clean along with Company's. I noticed that. His standing tackle is also very good. His physical is 78, so not great, not horrible, just decent, I would say, or maybe a bit. Like he didn't get pushed off the ball, like really. So it was enough. That's what I'll say. Centre defensive mid, first one, Witzel. This guy, he was pretty decent. His stats are obviously quite all-rounded. He's not fast, but that doesn't matter because he's in the centre defensive mid position. His physical was good. His defending was actually better than 74, I would say. His dribbling, passing, and shooting are all fine for a centre defensive mid. They're pretty decent. He can be played as really centre defensive mid or centre mid. Um, like it doesn't really, but in this formation, obviously I'm playing as a centre defensive mid. He's very good. Uh, that's what I gotta say. He scored no goals for me, unfortunately. My other centre defensive mid is uh 9 Golan. Now this guy is pretty much the better version of Witzel. Let's be honest. He has better shooting, better pace, better passing, pretty much better everything except dribbling. But this guy is just a really amazing defender. His shot's actually really good. I scored a nice shot outside the box with him, as you can see in those stats. It says goal scored 1. I played 5 games with all these players though. Um, Pretty much. Well, I played 5 games with this team as a whole. Uh, and yeah, and that you might think that's not much to try a team, but to me it is. I can tell how good a team is in 5 games, and this is the best team I've used in my whole of FIFA 16. So yeah, 5'9". He's not particularly tall. He can win headers, but he hasn't got the height advantage. His physical's very good though, despite being 5'9". He actually just does not get pushed off the ball at all. He hadn't been once. His defending's very good. His tackling's clean. His dribbling's good. His shooting's better than 70. I would say at least like 81. His passing's as it is decent, and his pace is actually very quick for a centre defensive mid. And you could play this guy as centre mid or centre attack mid. He can pretty much go anywhere in the pitch. I just play him as centre defensive mid because it works with this formation. Now left mid you got Kevin Morales. This guy didn't score me any goals in the games that I played with him, but I actually did like him, and I did want to put him in the left mid position because I feel that's where he kind of belongs. He's got 88 pace, so he can run down the wings and cross it in. I did that occasionally, but crosses are pretty useless at this game, to be honest. His dribbling's good. His physical, obviously, he gets pushed off the ball. This guy is kind of like the cheaper Hazard. Um, like that's what I'd say, but I don't really like Hazard's better, obviously, but I still don't think these guys aren't really my kind of players because their physical is very weak, and but I still like using him. He's actually a good skiller. He's got four-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, so he definitely can skill. I pulled off some roulettes and ball rolls with him, but yeah, he definitely can skill and can his passing and shootings are decent as well. Um, Enough for a left mid, but you wouldn't really want to chuck. Well, you could chuck this guy on the left wing, but you won't definitely won't want to put him on a left full position or anything like that because his shooting's not that good. That was not that bad. But I did take some shots with him, and a lot of them just went straight to the keeper. Um, I didn't. So I took about 3 shots with him, and they all went to the keeper. Really, I was trying finesse shots. Uh, so maybe that's just me not getting him in the right position, or just me being bad at shooting. But honestly, I don't think this guy is amazing at shooting. But he does what he what he's meant to do and to cross the ball, and he's good at doing that. Now, right mid, we've got Hulk. This guy, obviously a beast. Everyone loves him. 5'11". He's not particularly tall. I noticed he was actually quite short, but his the physical was amazing. His pace is really good. Um, like he feels quicker than 85. His shooting is didn't feel like 87 to be honest. It felt a bit lower. The shots I took with him didn't. They were good, but they weren't. They weren't. Well, maybe I didn't take enough shots with him. To be fair, I only took a couple. So maybe if I should take more shots with him, I'd score more goals. But 87 shooting, is that deserved? I don't know. You guys could leave in the comments if you've used him before, but I'm not sure. 81 passing, yeah, it felt like that. He had good passing, very good passing. Probably higher, it felt like more like 85 passing, 82 dribbling, yeah, that's fair to say. And yeah, he could do his job and cross in, but unlike Kevin Morales, he was also quite good at cutting and shooting. Um, Kevin Morales is like he's alright at that, but a lot of the time he just gets pushed off the ball, whereas Hulk doesn't with his amazing 87 physical or 86 physical. Now we've got center attacker mid, that is Kevin De Bruyne. Now this guy, I scored 2 goals and I played 5 games with him. Uh, I actually scored uh, about I scored 2 goals with him, but it was actually, yeah, I think that was it. One of them didn't get recorded because the guy rage quit as I was scoring it because I was beating him so bad. He cost 31,000. Definitely not cheap. Is he worth that much? I would say yes, because he is the perfect player to link up all the he links up all the play very well. And he's just the right man for the job in a 3-5-2 formation. So I do think he's worth 31,000. He's actually a very good cam. Second best one I've used after James Rodriguez. That guy was amazing. This he isn't particularly fast, but I noticed he felt more like 80 pace. I would say his shooting it was actually very good. That would be more like 86. His passing was good. Um, Deserved an 86 rating. His dribbling was good. Sometimes his touches were a bit big. That's the only thing I noticed. And his 75 physical, he does get pushed off the ball occasionally. His strength wasn't amazing. Now we are on to the strikers. First striker, in form Lukaku. Now this guy, well, he is just an absolute beast. 84 pace, 86 shooting, 86 physical. Just look at those stats. But he 84 pace. Yeah, it felt like that. He was well. Yeah, I would say it felt like that. Maybe it felt maybe a bit slower than that. Maybe like 82. His shot though was very good. It did feel like 86. His physical, he was very strong, and his uh passing was actually felt more like 78, and his dribbling was pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, and the other striker is Ben Teke. Now, this guy was actually the best player in the team, I would say. He scored me 5 goals in 5 games. That's a goal per game, pretty much, on average. And this guy scored me 3 goals in 5 games. So, actually, pretty good by both of them. But this guy was just really good. His 77 pace, he, though his sprint speed wasn't like that good. He had very good acceleration. He just burst off the ball and scored. He has 81 shot. Now that's his shot actually felt a lot higher. His finishing was very good. He very rarely missed the goal completely. He'd always usually get a corner from it or a goal. His dribbling's actually his dribbling is 75, maybe a little bit lower. His dribbling wasn't great, but you don't need that when you got 85 physical, which actually felt like 90 physical. It was really hard to push this guy off the ball, and his passing 65. That that wasn't. I reckon I was a bit higher than that to be honest, because he did some nice through balls and everything. And yeah, so this is the team. In total, the cost was 104,800 for PC. So it'll be a bit more expensive on PS3 and Xbox, but around 100k. I bought all these players for the lowest buy now. So um, bearing that in mind, plus I bought this team uh, a few days ago, so I actually haven't the prices probably would have been lowered. Plus you can do buy now. I would say you'd be able to get this team for 100k for you and lower for PC players. Uh and yeah, that's all I really have to say. But yeah, you should really try out this team. Everyone's on Team Chem. I'm using a silver Russian manager who's also Belgium, which works because these three are Russian leagues, and everyone's on Team Cam, which is pretty awesome. Since yeah, so this is really a Belgium team, kind of with like a couple of Russian players, pretty much. Um, so it's not much of a hybrid, but it's a very good team, and I really like it, and I really recommend you guys to try it. I didn't wasn't particularly fond of 352, but I quite like it because it now because it just opens up space and there's a lot of movement. So that's all I have to say about this team. I know the video was long. Give it a thumbs up though if you liked it. You should try out this team. and I would say is definitely worth the coins. Oh, and I just wanted to say that Lukaku, is he worth 55,000? Overall, I would say, I haven't tried his normal cards, so it's kind of hard to tell, but I would say he is worth 55,000. Though if you want, you can just get the normal one if you don't have the coins. It saves you, it cuts the price in about half. So, yeah, if you want to do that, you should do that then. But the team is actually already insane as it is. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the goals.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time